My name is Tim Garland, and I've been a licensed locomotive engineer since April of 2000. During the course of my career, I've had the opportunity to operate a number of different locomotive models. In today's video, I'm going to list my top 10 locomotives of all time. So I hope you'll enjoy this list from an engineer's perspective. And if you do, be sure to give this video a like. So let's get on with the show. Coming in at number 10 is the EMD GP50, and what I consider a true general purpose locomotive, because during the time that they were in service, you could see them show up on practically anything. They could be found on a local to a heavy freight train, but they truly shined on lightweight intermodal trains, especially the road railer trains. Number 9 is the GE-9. This is probably the one locomotive model I've operated more than any other during my career. One thing I like about the NS-9 compared to the model owned by other railroads is that the NS version has the standard North American control stand, where other railroads adopted the unpopular desktop control stand for this model. The -9 model came with an improved truck design that offers a much smoother ride quality compared to the -8, which suffers from equilateral movement that contributes to hard side-to-side movement when operating at track speed. Early -9s showed up with a standard cab, and were some of the, if not the first NS units to come equipped with air conditioning. I can finally remember us as crew members' excitement when we had one in the lead on a hot, humid day in Georgia during the months of July or August. The -9 model was the most popular type on NS, making up of around 1,000 units. Today NS is undergoing a rebuild program, converting the -9 from DC to AC traction, but more on that later. Number 8 on the list is the EMD SD80 Mac. Coming in at 5,000 horsepower, the SD80 Mac is the most powerful unit that NS has ever owned. Rumor has it that after its arrival during the Conrail acquisition, NS management was so impressed with its performance that it was the reason behind the switch from DC to AC traction for road train service. Now, during my career, I've only had the chance to operate an SD80 Mac once, and I can truly attest that it was the most powerful unit I've ever operated. One reason it's not higher on my list is that this unit has that unpopular desktop control stand. Number 7 is the EMD SD70. While a number of engineers don't particularly like this model, I always did. It loads slower, similar to a -9, but the refined 4,300 horsepower 710 engine sounds smooth as butter to my ears. It really is too bad EMD didn't come out with this model after the popular SD40-2, because it may have kept EMD on top of the locomotive manufacturing market. However, due to the failure of the SD50 and the lacking performance of the SD60, the SD70 arrived just a little too late. Most railroads had embraced the -9 line, and once the GVOs hit the market, EMD didn't stand a chance. 6 on the list is the EMD GP60. The GP60 is the hot rod when it comes to locomotives. I compare it to a thoroughbred racehorse. This model was built for speed. Back when intermodal trains were lighter, made up of mostly flat cars and spine cars, a consist of 3 or 4 GP60s could outrun any train on the line. Heck, I've even outran Amtrak with a set of GP60s. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, we were truly railroading. Once the intermodals became made up of mostly heavier double stacks, the GP60s were all downgraded to local service, where they remain today. Number 5 is the EMD GP38-2. The GP38-2 is my favorite locomotive model to use to switch industries. When it comes to local industry work, a pair of back-to-back GP38-2s is hard to beat. Their 26L brake system makes it a lot easier to place a car in an exact spot, and precision is the name of the game. They load fast, which is great when you're kicking cars in the yard, and I can see what makes these units so popular for short lines and regionals. They're dependable and easy to work on, and they can get the job done. This is the one reason I wanted to make sure that Seaboard Central locomotive roster included this model. Just makes good business sense, especially in yard and local service. Their non-turbo 16-cylinder 645 engines can get loud, especially on a hard pull or shove, but they are cool to hear, and you can really sense they're working hard to move the tonnage. The one reason they're not higher on my list is they just don't have the power compared to other locomotive models. Number 4 on the list is the GE ES40DC. This unit is my preferred intermodal unit on today's heavier double-stack trains. Their GEVO engine has a deep bass sound similar to a sports car, and they let up faster than a -9 or an SD70. They have nice cabs and offer a nice smooth ride. You can definitely see just how far GE has progressed compared to their earlier models. Number 3 is the AC44C6M, and it is a model that is rebuilt from the -9. This model has been converted from DC to AC traction motors and is a rebuilt engine and a new cab and electronics. As a matter of fact, it's the newest currently offered by Wabtec, and it's really nice and comfortable. This model is a huge improvement from the -9 and is one of the smartest decisions I have seen from the company. Number 2 is my favorite modern day road unit, the UP C45AC-CTE. This model is essentially a fast ES44AC. It loads up similar to an SD40-2 but has a lot more power. The CTE stands for Continuous Tractive Effort. When you're running it, you can really tell the difference. These units were made to improve the average network train velocity, and you can see why when you're at the controls. I'd love to see the NS ES40DC units rebuilt to this model and assigned specifically to intermodal service. Finally, my all-time favorite locomotive is the EMD SD40-2. The SD40-2 is the standard when it comes to locomotives. Nothing will ever achieve what it has done. It's an engineer's engine. While many today are worn and tired and will soon be retired, they continue to be rebuilt and they soldier on. And this will be the case until a manufacturer comes up with a successful medium horsepower unit to replace them. Nothing beats switching a yard than a back-to-back set of SD40-2s. So I hope you've enjoyed this list of my favorite all-time locomotives as a locomotive engineer. And so until next time, I'm Tim Garland. Thanks for watching the Seaboard Central, and happy model railroading, everyone.
If you enjoyed this video on the Seaboard Central, I appreciate a thumbs up. This helps the video show up on other people's feeds so they may find the channel. And if you're not already a subscriber, I'd invite you to join. And be sure to hit that bell for future notifications. Until next time, I'm Tim Garland, and thank you for watching the Seaboard Central.